Well, hello there, fams. I am your host, Rachel V, and I'm excited to be here. Okay. So, hi, fams. So, I have on some earrings today, and I gotta kind of be careful. I might wind up taking these things off. But anyway, hi, fams. How are you? Again, my name is Rachel B, and I am your host. Welcome to Femininity by Rachel B, where we talk about feminine energy, raising our vibration, staying in your feminine aura, your feminine power. We talk about love, we talk about relationships, we talk about friendships, money, anything that you can name. But most importantly, we all are a community of positivity, and that's how I want to keep it. So I want to start off by saying some affirmations to you all, femmes. I miss you very much, and I know I haven't sent out any affirmations because one, I've been in school, and two, I had to figure out something was going on with my app, and I had to figure that out as far as like the amount of people that I have on there. So I had to change my plan and do some other stuff, but I'm back. So I want to say one, you all are beautiful. You feel as beautiful as you are on the outside, and it's important to always talk nicely to yourself, always give yourself compliments, always give yourself the highest praise. Talk to yourself very nicely. Don't talk down on yourself. And it's important to do this because you are the first person that you see every day. You're the first voice that you hear every day. And it's good for us to talk nicely to ourselves and give ourselves good vibrations. You have to do it for yourself first, because if you don't do it for yourself first, no one else will. And it's important for us to treat ourselves nicely and kind. Then you can receive that same energy from someone else. But it's always good to, talk to yourself nicely. Be kind to other people that you come in contact with, no matter if it's a benefit or if it's a relationship. Anybody you come across, be nice to them. If you see someone that looks nice and you want to give them a compliment, give them a compliment. You don't know what kind of day someone else is having, so just say, hey, you look nice, or hey, your earrings are pretty, or that lipstick is really beautiful on you. You will feel so good. Like, your vibration will always be raised all the time. Watch and pay attention to the things that you hear. You want to make sure that you surround yourself around people that are always speaking positivity. We have to be very careful with what we hear and what we listen to, because that basically reflects on our moods, how we feel, things like that. So I'm always careful with how I'm feeling and the things I listen to. So those are a couple things that I wanted to say that was on my heart with you guys, and we are going to get started. But first, I have to take off my beautiful earrings. And Cookie, are you going to make a debut? Cookie, come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here, honey bunny. She's so cute. So listen, guys, I want to introduce a new member of my family. So I have a puppy. Well, she's not a puppy. She's grown now. But I now have a dog named Cookie. this is Cookie, guys. Say hello. Say hi, Cookie. So, let me tell y'all about Cookie, right? So, everyone knows that I have a twin sister. My twin sister name is Robin V. Shout out to Robin V. She is a celebrity photographer, and she's my amazing twin sister that I love so much. Well, anyway, Cookie actually belongs to Robin B and her family, her kids and her daughter and her son, which is, my wonderful niece and nephew. And Robin travels so much, and she is grinding. She is shooting everyone. Like, she is so busy. So I said that I would help her with Cookie, but then my family fell in love with Cookie, and we take care of her, so we co-parent. So say hi, Cookie. Hi, Cookie. That's my baby. Today, ladies, I want to talk about feminine energies and relationships, and what to embrace and what to shy away from. It's so important for us to have and maintain healthy feminine relationships. And that was something that I struggled with in the past, because I'm pretty much an empath. And what an empath is, we feel everything. We sympathize with everything. I'm also an Aquarius. So energy, I love energy. I love meeting new people. I love like connecting with people. But I also know that I need my space too. So I know that I have like an interesting life, and I'm a kind of like an interesting person, but I'm also a mysterious person. So sometimes that can attract the wrong kind of people. So I've always been warm, welcoming. I do a lot of women. As far as like what I do for work, I talk to a lot of women. I come in contact with all different kinds of energies, like all different kinds. And I love that, especially for work and, now what I do for femininity. But it's always important for us to have really quality girlfriends. And I say quality a lot because having quality relationships, not just male quality relationships, but also having quality relationships with your female friends. I also have male friends also. I feel like I get more along with male friendships than I do women sometimes, but it's the particular type of person that I can be friends with. And let me explain. So when I say it's important to have really good relationships, and you have to pay attention to these kind of relationships, because you'll be sitting there being friends with somebody is like, why? So as for me, I had a lot of girlfriends when I was coming up. And I would hold on to my girlfriends because we probably been friends for years, or, they were really a nice person, or, they probably look nice. Like, we paired well when we went out, all of those things. Or, one of my friends could travel a lot, or, just whatever. And I realized that that's not always good to be friends with someone because you guys have a long relationship. So I started to, and I just started doing this a couple years ago, the things that I like about people and the qualities I have within myself. And one of the qualities that's really important to me is not gossiping. Like, that has to be the most top tier quality that I need from a friend. And if I have friends that just always want to gossip, that's all they want to do. They always want to talk about somebody. They always want to tell somebody's business. They just always want to take someone down. that's not a friend that I want to have. Like, I don't want to filter anything that I have to say. I don't want to watch anything that I have to say or watch what I want to do. I'd rather just not have that kind of person in my life. And I have had those kind of people in my life before. So, if you have like a gossipy person around you and that's all they want to talk about, it's like, what value are you bringing to the friendship? Like, you can't possibly think like talking about someone is going to do any of us in this relationship any kind of good. So that's a no brainer for me. The next thing, as far as like having like quality friends and what I want out of relationships, and this is just my opinion, guys, but it has helped me a lot, basically breaking down my future and what I want. And when you have girlfriends, those first 5 people that you talk to all the time, those are the most important ones, because those are the people that you are embracing all the time. Those are the people that, you're getting advice from, you're feeding from. So it's very important that those 5 people have certain qualities that you like. Okay. So now that we got that out the way, I just wanted to explain that. The next quality that I want or don't want is, I don't like a calculated frugal person. And let me explain. I like to live life to the fullest. I love nice things. I like to buy nice things. I like to dine. I like to do all of that stuff, right? And it's a time and a place for all of that. Sometimes I'm like living life on like a budget when I'm trying to accomplish something, like maybe make a large purchase or invest or something like that. So if someone asks me like, hey girl, you want to go out to dinner? And I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go out to dinner. If I go to dinner with you and we're having a good time, I'm not paying attention to, anything that I'm ordering or anything like that. But if you are coming to dinner with me, I'm thinking that, or it's expected that, we take care half of the bill. I don't know why this light just went out like that. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I'm going to expect that me and my girlfriend, we are going to split the bill. It's not going to be like, oh, I only had french fries and I had a soda. First of all, if we're going to a fine restaurant, why are you ordering just french fries and a soda? Like, we're here to experience a fine dining experience. And I only go out to eat when it's like a fine dining experience because I can cook at home. Like, when I go out to eat, I want to be, wait on, I want to be the waitress, and a hand and foot kind of thing, I want to be treated well, and I want to, experience the music and the people and get dressed up nice. So with that comes, fine dining, because like I said, I can cook at home. I cook all the time. That's what I like to do. So if I'm going to be coming out of my home to enjoy a fine restaurant or, enjoy company with my friend, I don't want to pick apart the payment. I don't want to do that. Same thing with like going out of town on a vacation. I don't want to do things like, oh, I paid for the Uber, you did this, you did that. I don't want to do that. I want it to be free. I don't want to do that. That's just not what I want to do. So I can't hang out with those kind of people or have that person as a friend because it just doesn't feel good. And I'm just going to be honest, it just doesn't feel good. I just would rather stay home, It's like, just look at it like this, right? If you have 5 friends that are dead broke, right? They can never get themselves out of a situation. They always need to borrow something, or they always like, I can't go because I don't have it, or, and everybody's circumstances are the same, but at some point, you have to get yourself out of that. You have to figure out a way where you're not going to always be having less than, it's that's just not okay. It's okay for a little while in a season, like if you're going through like a rough period for 2 years, but after that you have to figure it out, right? So if your 5 friends are like dead broke, right, and they are going through the same thing for the 5 friends, they've been going through the same thing for consistently years, you're going to become the 6th broke friend. It's not okay. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel relaxed. It doesn't feel like anything. It feels terrible. Same thing with like gossip. Let's bring it back to that. If you have 6 friends that gossip all the time, that's all they do. They talk about people, bring people down. They always in somebody's business. They don't have anything else to talk about but someone else. You're going to become the 6th person. It's just a fact. You normally become who you surround yourself around. My next thing, right, that I look for or I don't look for in a person is someone that's always picking you apart or not uplifting you, right? And what I mean by that, I mean like, you know how you have those friends that's like it's always a problem. Like it's always something wrong with what you did. Not what they did, but what you did. And they always want to call you out on it. Like, I didn't like the way you said that. Well, why are you so offensive? Like, why are you so easily offended by me? So when people are like that, or when people are like they always can find something the wrong in you, or they always complaining about you, I can't do those kind of people. Like those kind of people are not in my 5 friend circle. It's not at all. The next thing is judgment. And I don't know if that kind of goes the same with picking people apart and stuff. No, it's not. It's completely different. Judgment. Judgy people. I am a flower child. I love to help people. I love to communicate. I love to help. I'm just that kind of girl. But I'm also the kind of girl where I need my space, right? So I might be like the type of friend that's like, every day we're talking, and then I have to go in my cocoon for like a week or so and be quiet and still to myself. And I don't want my friend judging me. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be judged about who I'm dating. I don't want to be judged about what I'm wearing. I don't want to be judged about parenting styles. I don't want to be judged. Like, I don't think that friends should do that. And I don't think that quality friends do things like that. I think having a judgy person in your space is like, who the fuck are you? We are all human. Like, all of us are all human. All of us make mistakes. All of us do, low vibrational things at some point in life. Don't be judgmental though. So that kind of person, I can't, like, I just can't do it. Like, I just cannot do judgy people. Judgy people, for some reason, the reason why they do that, and it's the same thing with a person that picks you apart. They're always finding the wrong in something, or the wrong in what you're doing, or, something like that. 9 times out of 10, that type of person has very low self-esteem. Let's just put it out there. That type of person has very low self-esteem, or they are trying to deflect. And what that means is they are trying to take the pressure off of them, and it's easy for them to take the pressure off of them and direct that onto you. So I can't do those kind of people. The other thing, I can't do people that are aggressive. And what I mean by that, like, aggressive, like, always wants to be combative, like, want to find a fight. Like, why are we fighting? We are women. We are women. Hello. We're supposed to be soft and beautiful and kind. I know that's not like realistic for everybody, but I'm just here to tell you, like, I'm not fighting with nah, bitch. Do you hear me? I don't want to fuss. I don't want to fight. Okay, guys, I'm back. I had to change my SIM card. You know how it is. So, so we were talking about the 5 things that I look for in friends and the 5 things that I don't want, right? Um, the next thing that I wanted to say, or just, mention about like friendships, also just being understanding of a friend's personal business and not prying. That, like, that is like up here, right? As far as I'm concerned, it's like up there with like gossip. I'm a very private friend. If I want to choose to share something with you, I'm going to share it with you. If I don't want to choose to share it with you, I don't want to choose to share it. Sometimes, as friends, we have to really mind our business. Like, mind our business, learn boundaries, and stay there. Like, I don't want to talk about my finances. I don't want to talk about, my relationship. It's certain things that I think that are off limits, and I feel like, yeah, mind your business. Like, don't get offended because I don't want to overshare. Now, I do have, people that I talk to, that I may tell like little things to or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, I really like my business to myself. Like, please don't ask me anything. I just feel like, that's like a boundary. Now, if a person wants to share with you and they feel comfortable sharing with you, then that's fine. But if a person doesn't feel comfortable sharing with you, just leave it alone. Like, that's just pretty much how I am and how I like to be. I don't get upset because a friend doesn't want to share something. A friend could be like embarrassed or like upset, or they might be feel like they doing something stupid, or they don't want to be judged. And like I said, this is a no judgment space. Like, I don't want to judge anybody. I don't want anybody judging me. But like, minding your business, like, that is like up here. Like, please leave me alone with that. Like, I just don't like a prying friend. I don't like that. Like, I really, I just really, I think it's ridiculous to like be all in your friend's stuff. Nosy people are really insecure people. Did you guys know that? Like, people that gotta know stuff, they're insecure. And that's just not like good, like, ever. So I do want to tell you guys, it's great to seek out new friends and new relationships, because you guys know some relationships get stale. Just because you have been friends with someone for a very long time, you guys know each other since elementary school or whatever, it doesn't mean that you don't have to, seek out new relationships. I was in a place where I was desperately wanting to have new female relationships. And I'm going to explain why. I was at a point in my life where I felt like I had kind of hit the ceiling, and I was trying to figure out what to do. And I felt like in my circle, or my friendship circle, I was always like the go-to person, always the person that's reinventing themselves, or just always the person that's like, oh, that was really great, or that was a really good idea, or this and that. And I didn't feel like I had the same bouncing back and forth. And it's just really important to have that. You can't be like the smartest person in the room all the time. Like, don't bark, Cookie. Stop it. It's just Britain. You can't be the smartest person in the room all the time. It's no way to grow from there. You're always going to be at the ceiling, like when you are the only person that you're feeding off of. You have to, in order to grow, you have to have other resources, other people that can move you forward. It's just the way it is. So I was in like I felt like in a desperate creative space, a desperate like space to kind of like figure that part out. And that is what I was missing. I was constantly evolving. I was constantly, reinventing myself and, figuring things out. And I kind of felt like, well, where do I pull from? So that is something that I have now. I want to tell you guys a story about a girlfriend of mine that I had reconnected with. So I have a friend, and we have been friends since middle school. We literally met in probably like 5th grade, little elementary school. And we have always been friends, always been super tight. Like I ran with this girl in a group. It was a group of us, and we all just kind of like hung out all the time. We partied up. We did a lot of childish, immature stuff when we were younger, right? And then we kind of grew up and grew apart. And I started like my business. I was doing hair. I had a baby, so I was really focused on like growing myself. So we just kind of went different ways. It wasn't that anything was wrong. It's just naturally you kind of go your separate ways when you start doing something different. So I was doing something different, and maybe about 8 years ago, I reconnected with this person, and it was like it never stopped. Like it always was this way. And this person was seeking the same thing that I was seeking. We wanted, a good connection, but someone we can talk to, someone we can be open with, someone that we could grow and feed information off of. She was feeding information off of me as far as business and, how to start certain things. And I was feeding information off of her. It's like I was, going through something relationship wise, trying to figure out what was best for me. And she was in human development, so she could basically break down a lot of the things that I was kind of like, what is this? And I just didn't understand. And these are things that I wasn't getting from my current circle. And I really needed that. So, fast forward, this particular friend, she's in an amazing space, and I'm so happy for her. Like, she's such in an amazing space. She's doing really well in life. And, me and her talk all the time. We have like a travel group. We do all of these things. And I I'm so grateful for that relationship, because I don't feel like I am the smartest person in the room. I don't feel like, I am giving value, but I'm not getting any value back. And not saying that any of my past relationships or friendships or anything like that didn't have any value. It's just it plateaued after a while. And a lot of times it's always good to seek out new relationships, because sometimes we do, as humans, we do change. We develop into different people. We have seasons of like the fuckery. We have seasons of like good. We have seasons where the money is flowing. We have those kind of different seasons. And as humans, we should have free will where we can make decisions and, just do all of those things. But sometimes when you continue to have like the same people around you to kind of do the same thing, you guys aren't feeding each other. They're not feeding you. You're not feeding them. It turns into like a thing where people, when you start to change and you start to figure out what your path is and what else you're supposed to be doing in life, they don't necessarily like it. People don't like to see growth, especially if it's not like them. They don't necessarily want to see a person grow because they're afraid that that person will grow past them, if that makes any sense. I mean, I guess it's a human thing. It's like a thing that humans feel, but it's just not always okay. And once you start recognizing that, it's time to start separating yourselves from those individuals, because, how are you supposed to grow if someone is deep down inside may give you a bad piece of advice because they don't want you to get that far? Or maybe you tell someone something or have an idea and they downplay it because they secretly want to do it themselves. I think, I think change is always good. I think switching up things, remixing things, I think that can be really good for people. And I think that we shouldn't be afraid to make new connections and, seek out new friendships. Like I just don't see anything wrong with that. What I do want to say is I think it's really important, if you plan to grow, like even if you want to make more money, if you want to have successful relationships, think about it. Like, okay. So my camera keeps overheating anyway. So if you have friends that are constantly going through like a relationship issue, like if all of your friends are going through relationship issues, they're always crying, they're always upset, they're always like a man is like taking advantage of them, or you know, they always like have this thing where they need to have a man, or you know, something like that. Like those type of people, they are always going to bring down your vibration also. So like you want to be careful with that kind of stuff too. It's like so many things, but I want to say you can have amazing, amazing, amazing female friendships, and it is really important, but you have to pick those people wisely. And it was something that I wish I would have realized sooner than later, but fuck it, it is what it is. Right now, this is something that I tell my daughter all the time: baby, have as many friends as you want, but those close five, make sure that they are not knowledgeable in like human behavior kind of thing. Like they know they're not easily manipulated by people. You want like strong friends that kind of can pick out the bullshit, because what's going to happen is they're going to see some, if something happens with you or your relationship with your, you know, kind of confiding in your friend, they can kind of pick it out. You want to have like good friends that are good about like business and finance, and you guys are on the same like path. You also want to have friends that have really amazing energy. I mean, that's so super important. But also confident friends. Friends that are very confident and they are not insecure. Like having friends that are insecure and not confident, they're always going to turn to you and like kind of look at you with the side eye and be like, who the fuck she thinks she is? Like, and you just don't want that. Like you don't want to be second guessing your friends. So making sure that your friends are like confident and, you know, they feel good about themselves. They always are speaking positive. They never have anything negative to say. Like I really have friends that don't say one thing negative. Like they're never in a bad mood. And if they are in a bad mood, you would never know, because they're not they're not putting that on you. That's one thing that I do. Like I try, like if I'm in a bad mood, I try to kind of like conceal that and like stay home, kind of work on my attitude, like work on a project or just do something to, you know, make that change or turn that around, because we all have it. But I think it's unfair to infringe your mood on someone else. Like you just can't do that. Like if you're unhappy and you're in a bad space or you're having like a bad day, don't infringe that on anybody. Like it's just not okay to do, because basically you're just transferring energy. But I want to also talk about, if you want like amazing friends and quality friends and friends that are making money, that are popping, that are exciting, you have to kind of go to certain places and they'll just fall in your lap. But also, like when you're doing things like you're working out, you're going to the gym. Oh, I love a gym rat. I love a gym rat, because 9 times out of 10 they're going to drag you to the gym and say, hey girl, let's go to the gym. Hey girl, let's go do this. Hey girl, let's go do that. And they're going to be excited about like your new body and y'all getting it together and stuff like that. So that's always a good place to find like a really good quality friend. Like the gym where you're sweating, you don't have on makeup, you just have on your gym clothes, and you know, you guys are just vibing out at the gym. That's always a great place. Another great place is your favorite restaurant. Like remember, it can't be like a just a restaurant where you can make the food at home. It has to be like a specialty restaurant. So let's say something like let me name something. Oh, here in Florida, they have this new restaurant called Sexy Fish, and it really brings out all the beautiful people. But 9 times out of 10, when you go to places like a fine restaurant, 5-star restaurant, they are going to have like really good quality women. And one thing I can say about really good quality women is when they see you dressed up nice, they will compliment you. If something gives you a compliment, you're fixing your makeup or your hair in the bathroom, they're going to be like, girl, what shade lipstick is that? Or what kind of shoes that, or where did you get that dress from? Those kind of women, those are the kind of women you want to vibe with. Those are the kind of women you want to connect with. Also, like networking events, like going to like networking events for like business or like something new like cryptocurrency or something like that. Like going to like events, like those kind of events, and paid events too. 9 times out of 10, you can run into like a really nice quality girl or friends or someone that you can connect with, and you guys can kind of, blog ideas and stuff like that. I would say also social media. But when it comes to social media, me, I have to pick someone that is completely different than me. Not necessarily different like look wise, but like maybe does something different. Like excited, and they're excited about it. Like you can see that they have their own thing going on. Like it's always good because when you have your own thing going on, and you can kind of pick them out on social media. Like I have like a really good friend I have a few friends that I met on social media that are like, we are like this. And, we was just able to connect. But social media can be a good place to kind of connect with people. I know people always be like, social media is messy and social media is this. I don't have a problem with social media. I take in what I want to take in, and I push out what I don't want to take in. It's just as simple as that. If you zooming in on the messiness, that's what you're going to get. I mean, that's just what it is. But I think that's a good place to kind of meet good friends. And then also like the supermarket, going to like the farmers market, quality markets, also like flower shops and like really nice like clothing stores. Like I happen to love Zara. Like this little outfit I have on today is from Zara. But those are places where you can meet like really nice quality friends. I mean, it's really good for us to like connect with people and, do things and, kind of like stay within our feminine aura. We have to be around the same kind of energy, those same kind of like flower child kind of people, those same sassy, classy, sexy girls, so that we can learn to stay in our feminine energy. We can learn, different things about ourselves. We can learn that it just doesn't have to be the ceiling level of thinking. We can go past that, So that's what I wanted to kind of touch on today. Ladies, I have like really missed you guys so much. I want to kind of quickly update you guys on what I've been doing and what I have been working on. So right now I am working on school. It's like I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's media production and radio. So I've been really excited about that. I also have been working on my businesses. I'm still at the salon. I'm still running the salon, and just working on like finding like a new manager kind of thing. So I've been really busy with that. Shout out to Salon Roche, shout out to the staff at Salon Roche, Jeanette, Dana, Morel, Brandon. Shout out to you guys. You guys do a wonderful job holding it down around there. And obviously working on my other business, Celebiton. Like I love creating content for Celebiton. And then I have Femininity. Femininity is the last baby. She had to take a back seat, but hey, we have to do what we have to do. But I am back. Also, my Femininity crew, my films, you will be receiving text messages again. I have got that app worked out, fixed, all of that. I didn't realize that group grew so much in such a short period of time. I didn't know why my app wasn't working, but I had to update my plan, blah, 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 blah. Well, anyway, it's back working. I just want to say, Films, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I read all of your messages and your DMs. I really appreciate it. I have all so much missed you guys, so much. I really appreciate you guys being a part of the community. I appreciate you guys just listening and wanting to be here, and I just love it. If you guys want to connect with me, you guys can find me obviously let me get the number for you guys. I used to recite it, but I haven't been able to use it in so long. But if you guys want to connect with me, you can text me at 305-614-1916. I can now add new members. Like literally, y'all, over the short period of time, I think 1 month I probably gained like 500 new members. Like, and that's a lot. And that was one of the things that the people over at that company was telling me, like, this really grew really quickly. It's a relatively new company that I'm using, but I like them, and it's like I like them a lot, so I'm going to stay with them. But I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I love my films, and I really appreciate you all. And you will be getting daily affirmations again. You guys have texted me and told me so much how you have missed that, and I have really missed giving them out. And I will be dropping another video very, very, very soon. Just let me know what you guys want to talk about. Let me know what you guys want to know. Anything. It could be about business. It could anything at all. Send me an email or send me a text message. My email is femininity@gmail.com. And again, I gave you guys the number. Until then, I have to make dinner. I have to go and be a mom. I have to go be a mom and wear the several hats that I do. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for being here. I didn't play any music today because you know how that is on YouTube. But anyway, ladies, I will talk to you all soon. Thank you for being here, and good night.